Did you know that over 1,200 higher vampires came to the continent via the conjunction of spears? Did you know that over 14,400 humans are bit annually on the continent by higher vampires? Did you know that higher vampires don't need to drink blood to survive? Yeah, they drink human blood for the fun of it. Blood is like alcohol to them. So not only do they not need to drink human blood to survive, but they're on drugs when they do it. But you want to know what's worse than these higher vampires drinking blood from humans that they don't need to drink and being on drugs? Some of them fly under the influence. Sickening. So how do we stop these monsters? Well, since witchers are parasitic mutants who will only kill evil through coin, you're probably gonna have to do it yourself. So here are some valuable tips on higher vampire hunting so you can help make the continent a safer place. First, always make sure to hunt higher vampires during a full moon. A lot of higher vampires on the continent treat the full moon as a holy day, and they're more likely to drink blood, so your chances of running into a higher vampire a lot higher on a full moon. Although at night during a full moon, higher vampires can turn into a bat and evade you, so be aware of that. Or turn into a bat and sneak up behind you and just murder the shit out of you. Also a bad thing. Ooh, also, probably don't let them drink any blood before you choose to attack them, because blood gives them a strength boost and makes them a lot more savage, so probably avoid that too. You know, maybe approaching them on a full moon isn't a good idea. Next. Do not think sunlight is going to stop a higher vampire. It is a myth that higher vampires go poof in sunlight. They are not only resistant to sunlight, but they also have a high resistance to heat. Be aware that higher vampires don't cast any shadows, and they can become invisible, so they could be like anywhere. Higher vampires are able to bewitch someone with their eyes and put them to sleep, so don't make eye contact with like anyone, because you don't know who could be a higher vampire. Higher vampires sometimes use herbs to mask their scent so that dogs, horses, and other such animals won't be aware of them. So if anyone smells like a shit ton of herbs, just stake them just to be sure. Which actually brings me to my last tip. Higher vampires are really hard to kill and even harder to make stay dead. You can puncture them with stakes, chop off their head, pour holy water all over them, and then bury them. 50 years later, they're going to regenerate and probably come after you for revenge if they don't feel guilty about the circumstances leading to the whole staking and chopping off head and burying covered in holy water. So just make sure you really kill them when you go after a higher vampire. I'm sure you have this completely under control. Alright, I feel like that's all you need to know about hunting higher vampires on the continent. Go out there and make the world a better, safer place.